Hello. Bamboo 1661 radio check.
Bamboo 1661, Tweehorn Tower, you're coming in loud and clear.
Bamboo 1661 request IFR clearance to Ho Chi Minh.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Bamboo 1661, information is current. Cleared to Tan Son Nhat via the Cara 1 November departure, then as filed. Departure runway 3, initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 125.375, squawk 5644.
Clear to Tân Nhất via the Cara 1 November departure, then as flight departure runway 03, initial climb to 4,000, departure on 125.375, squawk 5644, Bamboo 1661.
Bamboo 1661, read back correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, Flight 1661, departing from Dong Tak and heading to Tan Son Nhat International Airport. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes
Boarding requested.
and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to our crew. Thank you for choosing Bamboo Airways, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
We're ready to go when you are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bin and your small items are underneath in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and they will be happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please leave the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know. That way you can leave. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Passengers boarding starting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 1661. Our flight time will be roughly 44 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure and cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
and gentlemen, welcome aboard Bamboo Airways. Flight 166.
Bamboo 1661, ready to start engine.
My name is Erica, and on
Before
behalf of the
starting
entire
this, packing
crew,
brake set, take the speed
I
and
would like
press
to introduce our captain, Viet Cong Ve, and our first officer, Han
V214A,
Tran.
flight time 67 degrees Celsius.
Joining us in the
Windows
cabin
closed,
today are my
beacons
fellow
on
crew
before
members,
starting this
Lin,
unit.
Min, and
Engine start pro, Bamboo 1661.
44 minutes. Now, I would like to take a moment to go over some important safety information.
Bamboo
First,
1661,
please
engine
ensure
stop
your
acknowledged.
seat belt is fastened low and tight.
Engine start up pro, Bamboo 1661.
In the likely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the compartment above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put on your own mask before assisting others. For water landings, we have life vests located under your seats. To use the vest, pull it out, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. This Airbus A320 has emergency
Ladies and
exits
gentlemen,
located at the
please direct
front,
your
middle, and
attention
rear of the
to
cabin.
for an important safety
Please
demonstration.
take a moment to locate the
Flight
exit nearest to you, keeping in mind that it may be
Hân
behind
hạnh
you.
chào đón quý khách trên chuyến
In
bay của
case of
Bamboo
an
Airways,
emergency,
hãng hàng không của sự
follow
hiếu
the
khách.
crew's
Welcome aboard
instructions
Bamboo
and
Airways,
remain
the
calm.
airline of hospitality.
We will be coming around shortly with our service. And after
Kính
that,
thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies
Thank
and
you for your
gentlemen,
attention,
for the safety of
and
the
we
flight,
wish you a
when we have
pleasant
your
flight.
attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách không hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff, and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh, quý khách cài dây an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đóng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
During taxi, takeoff, and landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table, footrest, and monitor.
Quý khách đặt hành lý trong ngăn đựng phía trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay và khi đèn hiệu cài dây an toàn được bật sáng, dây an toàn được cài như sau: cài hai đầu khóa vào nhau. Nếu vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vào khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng cách nhấc hoặc bấm đầu khóa. Nếu quý khách đi cùng trẻ em hoặc cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và để dây trong tầm nhìn để tiếp viên hàng không kiểm tra an toàn khoang khách.
Distribution of infant seatbelt or extension belt will be provided by cabin crew.
Bamboo
Please make sure
1661,
your
ready
seatbelt
to
is
taxi to
fastened
runway
and visible
03.
to the cabin crew. Whenever seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt and keep it while you are seated. Your safety belt is fastened like this. Insert the
Bamboo
metal buckle into
1661,
the other
taxi to runway
or
3 via
additional
Echo
shoulder.
5, Echo
Cross the
1.
belt in front of your body, then hook the metal buckle into the lock.
Taxi
Tighten by
to
pulling the strap and
runway
unfasten
03
by
via
lifting
Echo
the
5,
buckle
Echo
or
1,
pressing
Bamboo
on the lock.
161.
Trường hợp mất áp suất, mặt
Rear
nạ
side,
dưỡng khí sẽ
rear
rơi
right
xuống
side,
từ phía trên ghế
rectangle
ngồi và
zero,
trong
flag
phòng vệ
control
sinh.
check.
Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ để có
Good
dưỡng
luck.
khí, đeo mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng,
Good luck.
choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
Good job.
In case of decompression,
Good luck.
oxygen mask will be released from the
Good
cabin ceiling and in the
Good job.
lavatory.
Good job.
Pull the nearest mask
luck.
firmly downward to start
luck.
the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Wear the plastic band over your head, then tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước, rồi giúp trẻ em và các hành khách khác ngồi cùng cần giúp đỡ.
Please put on your own mask first, then help the children and anyone nearby who may need assistance.
Trong trường hợp thoát hiểm, hệ thống đèn chỉ lối thoát hiểm sẽ dẫn quý khách đến cửa thoát hiểm.
In case of evacuation, emergency light system will guide you to emergency exits.
Trong khoang khách có 8 cửa thoát hiểm, 2 cửa phía trước, 4 cửa ở giữa và 2 cửa phía sau. Quý khách lưu ý xác định cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất và các biển báo chỉ dẫn.
In the cabin, there are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. Please identify your nearest emergency exits with marked signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế ngồi của quý khách hoặc phía dưới bên cạnh ghế. Khi được yêu cầu sử dụng, quý khách lấy áo ra khỏi vị trí, xé vỏ bọc, mặc áo choàng qua đầu và thắt chặt dây quanh eo. Quý khách lưu ý không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong khoang khách.
Life vests are located under your seat or below, next to your seat. When instructed by cabin crews, remove it from its location and package. Put on the life vest and secure it carefully. Do not inflate the life vest in the cabin.
Ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm phòng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ nhựa hoặc thổi vào ống màu đỏ.
At exit, pull the tag firmly downwards or blow into mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn để
Taxi
lôi cuốn sự
checklist,
chú ý.
flight
There
control
are
check,
a
flight
whistle
setting,
and a
config
light
1
on
plus
your vest
F,
for
radar
attracting
enter
attention.
Quý
receiving
khách
clear,
lưu ý,
on and
chỉ sử
auto
dụng áo phao trong
instrument
trường
select
hợp
mode,
khẩn
can
cấp
also
hoặc khi tiếp
confirm
viên
the
hàng không
taxi
yêu cầu.
checklist.
Áo phao trẻ em sẽ được cung cấp và hướng dẫn sử dụng bởi tiếp viên hàng không.
Life vests are used in case of emergency or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant life vest will be provided and instructed by cabin crew.
Và bây giờ, quý khách đọc bản hướng dẫn an toàn được đặt trong túi ghế phía trước hoặc ngăn bên cạnh.
And now, please read the safety briefing card in the seat pocket in front of you or next to your seat.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách. Chúng tôi rất mong quý khách sẽ có trải nghiệm an toàn và thú vị trên các chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways.
We thank you for your attention and we hope you have a great time on board with Bamboo Airways.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you. The cabin is ready for takeoff.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Bamboo 1661, ready to taxi to run, ready to departure runway 03.
Bamboo 1661, taxi to runway 3 via Echo 1.
Bamboo 1661, ready to departure runway 03.
Bamboo 1661, runway 03, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Winds calm, clear for takeoff runway 03, member 1661. Stabilize. Check up. My flag 67 set. RS runway auto stroke. Check. One. Rotate. Two. Check. Positive climb. Yep.
Bamboo 1661, contact departure.
Contact departure member 1661. Good evening, departure member 1661, passing 1600, climbing to 4000 feet.
Bamboo 1661, Ho Chi Minh Control, radar contact, climb 7000, direct TH 701.
Climb 7000, direct TH 701, member 1661.
Bamboo 1661, climb flight level 200.
Climbing to flight level 200, member 1661.
Bamboo 1661, climb flight level 250.
Climbing to flight level 250, Bamboo 1661.
We are now passing through 10,000.
Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude, and you are welcome to use your
As a
electronic
reminder,
devices.
please belt fasten while
Please
you're
ensure that they are
not
in airplane mode.
constantly down for the
Also, I would like
This
to inform
aircraft
you
is
that
equipped with
our
onboard
onboard
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi service is
Connect to the
available now.
Wi-Fi, you will be required
Thank
to
you
pay a
for
small
your cooperation.
We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information. The flight still has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You will not be able to move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you unexpected events.
Bamboo 1661, climb flight level 290.
Climbing to flight level 290, Bamboo 1661.
Bamboo 1661, climb flight level 300.
Climbing to flight level 300, Bamboo 161. Expect the data to Juliet arrival, Bamboo 1661.
Ability 6. Sky conditions, UF 3600 feet. Temperature 32. Dew point 26. QNH 1006. Density altitude 2200 feet. Transition level 190. Arriving and departing runways 25 left, 25 right. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information mind. Tan Son Nhat International Airport, information mind. 1330 Zulu. Wind 170 at 10. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, UF 3600 feet. Temperature 32. Dew point 26. QNH 1006. Density altitude 2200 feet. Transition level 190. Arriving and departing runways 25 left, 25 right. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise.
quickly. We have some delicious options available, including our popular chicken rice and fresh fruit salad. After the service, we will also have items available for purchase from the Bamboo Airways shop. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Bamboo 1661 ready to descend.
Bamboo 1661, descend via Doll 2 Juliet into Tanson Nhat.
Halt sign is now turned on.
Descend via the Dela 2 Juliet, Bamboo 1661.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Tanson Nhat International Airport. We kindly ask everyone to return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. Please note that the use of lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Bamboo 1661 across Daylap at flight level 110.
Cross Daylap at flight level 110, Bamboo 1661.
Bamboo 1661, descend and maintain 9,000, altimeter 1008.
Descend and maintain 9,000, QNH 1008, Bamboo 1661.
Bamboo 1661, contact Tan Sun Nhat approach on 126.35.
126.35, Bamboo 1661. Good evening, approach Bamboo 1661 with information mic descending to 9,000 feet.
Bamboo 1661, Tan Son Nhat approach identified, Chow Ong. Expect the ILS runway 25 left approach into Tan Son Nhat.
Expect the ILS approach runway 25 left, Bamboo 1661.
280, GFDI 1.
Disregard, my mistake. I didn't mean to say to descend.
TFDI 1, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
DI1 request, disregard. Tan Sun Nhat departure. Cathay Pacific 7032, ready to copy IFR.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Contact tower 118.7, Cathay 767 heavy.
Easy 123, contact Tan Son Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact 118.7, easy 123.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 070.
Vietnam Airlines 471. Approach, Cathay 767, with you, descending to right now, 700.
Cathay 767, Tan Son Nhat approach. Good evening, Bung Tao, QNH 1008. We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passengers in cabin to select any track one final time. Please ensure the tables are stowed are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seatback
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our
all
final
Wi-Fi
approach into
related
Ho
tasks,
Chi Minh
so
City.
any larger electronics.
At this time, we kindly ask you to turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we've arrived at the gate. Please ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. Our Bamboo Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights once we are on the ground. Thank you for your cooperation.
Bamboo 1661. Proceed direct TS 416. Descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 left approach.
Proceed direct TS 416, descend to 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS approach runway 25 left Bamboo 1661.
Cathay 767, time from that approach, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000, Cathay 767.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Scooter 306, contact hands from that tower on 118.7.
Tower on 118.7, Scooter 306.
Cathay 767, descend and maintain 3500.
3500. Cathay 767.
Approach checklist, barrel rate 1008 set, seatbelts on minimum 341 set, all right off, 777, approach checklist.
2,500.
Bamboo 1661, contact Tansan Nhat Tower on 118.7.
118.7, Bamboo 1661.
Vietnam Airlines 403, welcome to Tansan Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6. Ground 121.6, Vietnam Airlines 403. Transworld 178, contact departure.
Bamboo 1661 on final runway 25 left.
Roger, switching departure, Transworld 178 heavy. Bamboo 1661, Tansan Nhat Tower, winds 190 at 7. Runway 25 left, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 25 left, Bamboo 161.
Tansan Tower, Learjet, November 86, Bravo Lima, taking off runway 7 right. Ready for takeoff. Learjet 6 Bravo Lima, runway 07 right, winds 120 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
Shooter 306, welcome to Tansan Nhat. Contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9, this is 306.
Vietnam Airlines 781, contact departure.
Cathay 766, contact departure.
Faster, Cathay 766.
Please advise departure frequency. Vietnam Airlines 132, contact departure. Vietnam 132, please advise departure frequency.
The next place you can memo landing of blue departure.
Jetstar Asia 556, negative. Your clearance is for runway 25 right. Runway 07 is not available for departure. Please hold short of runway 25 right and await further instructions.
What's frequency for departure, please?
Singapore 186, welcome to Tansan Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
1-5.
Contact departure. Departure.
Check.
Learjet 6 Bravo Lima, contact departure. Over departure, 78 Bravo.
100 above.
Ho Chi Minh departure, Learjet 86 Bravo Lima is climbing to 3000 for 4 on the departure.
Cathay 767, welcome to Tansan Nhat. Contact ground on 121.9er.
100.
Flight slow.
Cathay 767,
Flight
good day.
slow.
40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
What a nice touchdown.
Spoiler, reverse brake, diesel.
1661. Welcome to Tanson Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the
121.6
seatbelt
Bamboo
sign is turned
161.
off. Remember to use
Just
caution when
landed
opening
at
the overhead
Tanson
bins
Nhat
as items
International
may have
Airport.
shifted during the flight.
What a
We thank you for
smooth
flying with
landing
us
we
and
had
hope
there.
to see you again soon.
Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City, where the
Good evening, route Bamboo 161. We are is clear of active runway 25 left. Request taxi to parking.
day. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Viet Vung V, First Officer
Bamboo 1661, Tanson Nhat ground. Taxi to International 10 via Sierra 7, Victor. Good day.
Taxi to International 10 via Sierra 7 Victor. Good day, Bamboo 161. After landing checklist, radar and radio windshield.
305, request push and
After
start.
landing checklist complete.
Facing east, scooter 305.
Vietnam Airlines 7116, taxi to runway 25 left at your discretion.
25 left at your discretion, Vietnam Airlines 7116.
Tanson Nhat ground, good evening, Singapore 749 Heavy, information Sierra Gate 16, request IFR clearance to Hanoi, Noi Bai.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Tanson ground, good evening, Vietnam 648 with information India, we're in Airbus 321, we request IFR clearance to Manila as filed, please.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Vietjet 1604, ready for push and start.
Vietjet 1604, cleared for push and start.
Push and start approved. Vietjet 1604.
All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1009er.
Ground Cathay 1518, ready to taxi.
All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1010.
Tanson Nhat ground, Transworld 178 Heavy at gate 76, requesting pushback and engine start.
All aircraft, information Oscar is now current. QNH 1007.
Vietjet 1604, ready to taxi.
Vietjet 1604, taxi to runway 25 left at your discretion.
25 left at your discretion, Vietjet 1604.
Vietjet 644 ready for pushback.
Vietjet 644, pushback approved.
Pushback and start approved. Vietjet 644.
ViaJet 644 ready to taxi.
ViaJet 644, taxi to runway 25 left at your discretion.
25 left at your discretion, ViaJet 644.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now parked at Tan Son Nhat International Airport. On behalf of Captain Viet Vung V, First Officer Khan Tran, and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful stay here in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you for flying with Bamboo Airways today. We hope you have a beautiful vacation or safe travels to your next destination. Please remain seated until the seatbelt sign is turned off, and we will begin deboarding shortly. Goodbye